Hello, and welcome in to the Oracle, here on the Enlightened Path, where illumination and healing is the forefront of the mission. And speaking of healing, we're going to dive into this subject. So, what is healing? What do you think healing is or is about? Well, healing is a multifaceted process encompassing your physical, emotional, and spiritual dimensions. It's often viewed as the restoration of health, but extends beyond simply the absence of disease. A holistic approach to healing addresses the root causes of ailments and promotes overall well-being. This process is influenced by various factors, including lifestyle choices, mental health, and your social connections. Physically, healing is the body's remarkable capacity to mend itself following injury or illness. This involves cellular renewal, immune responses, and the body's inherent healing processes. Techniques like physical therapy, medication, and surgery can assist this process. However, physical healing is often intertwined with emotional and psychological well-being, emphasizing the value of a holistic approach. Now, emotional healing is equally crucial, as unresolved emotional issues can manifest as physical symptoms. This aspect of healing involves processing feelings, overcoming trauma, and fostering emotional resilience. Therapeutic practices such as counseling, mindfulness, and expressive arts can aid in emotional healing, allowing you, the individual, to navigate your feelings and achieve a sense of peace and balance. Spiritual healing? Spiritual healing centers on the relationship between an individual, you, and a higher power, or the universe. It incorporates practices like meditation, prayer, and healing energy. Now, there's such healing energy methods such as Reiki. And some like to utilize crystals and other types of modalities. But a great energy healing method is Reiki. Spiritual healing can offer individuals a sense of purpose, belonging, and inner peace, which is vital for overall well-being. This aspect often assists individuals in finding meaning in your experiences, contributing to a more comprehensive healing process. Now, there are complementary and alternative medicines, such as CAM, which offers valuable support in the healing process. These practices, and such practices as acupuncture, herbal medicine, and aromatherapy, are used by many people to enhance their well-being and recovery. And these therapies often promote relaxation, they reduce your stress, and encourage your body's natural healing capabilities. A combined approach using CAM alongside, let's say, conventional medicine may lead to, improved results. Now, there's also the mind and body connection, which is a crucial aspect of healing. It highlights the interaction between your mental and your physical well-being. As many studies have indicated, that positive thoughts and feelings can improve your body's ability to heal, whereas negative emotions can impede recovery. But utilizing practices like yoga, Tai Chi, and meditation can fortify your connection, fostering both physical and emotional healing. And the last one is community and social support, which are essential for healing. Connecting with supportive friends, family, and groups in your community offer emotional support and comfort and practical help. Social connections foster a sense of belonging and reduce isolation, which is crucial for mental and emotional well-being. And there are those that opt for group therapies and the support networks because, well, they also facilitate healing by sharing experiences and different kinds of coping strategies. Those physical healing, emotional healing, spiritual healing, complementary and alternative medicine CAM, the mind-body connection, community and social support are vital. They are all vital. They're vital in your self-care, which is the most important part of your healing, because that encompasses activities that you can do to promote physical, emotional, and mental well-being. Now, this can include a multitude of things. There's proper nutrition, regular exercise, getting enough sufficient sleep, and of course, the last, stress management. It's about prioritizing self-care, which by doing that empowers you to actively participate in your healing journey and making choices that support your health. So I need you to remember that healing and to know that healing is a journey. It's not a destination. It's going to have its ups and downs, and each of you are going to experience something unique because each person's experience is unique. Understanding that healing requires time and patience helps you navigate your journey more effectively. Embrace the process, seek support, and remain open to various approaches. That can enhance the experience and lead you to significant personal growth. I have asked, and I have heard, and I have learned, and figured out, in a sense, what is the key element of healing? What is the purpose of healing? Because while healing is a complex and multifaceted process, there are many contributing factors. But the key element of healing is often considered to be the activation and the cultivation of the body and mind's innate capacity for self-repair and restoration. This in self encompasses several interconnected aspects, and I'm going to share with you what those aspects are. One is inner resources, which is at its core, because healing relies on the inherent ability of living organisms to heal themselves. This includes the body's biological processes for tissue repair, immune system responses, and the mind's capacity for adaptation, emotional processing, and finding meaning. Your inner resources. Number 2 is creating the right conditions. The key is to create an internal and external environment that supports and facilitates this natural healing process. This involves reducing obstacles. Number 1, reducing obstacles. Identifying and addressing factors that are hindering your healing, such as an ongoing stress, unhealthy habits, negative self-talk, or unresolved trauma. Number 2 in creating the right conditions is providing nourishment, supplying what is needed for healing, whether it's physical nourishment, healthy food and rest, or emotional nourishment, support, and self-compassion. Or there's the mental nourishment, which is that positive input, the learning, expanding your knowledge. Another way to create the right condition is active engagement, both internal and external. Healing is not a passive process. It often requires active participation. Active participation. And this itself has many facets, which number 1 is internal work. Engaging in self-reflection, processing your emotions, challenging your negative thoughts, and practicing self-care. The other one is external actions, seeking appropriate medical care, engaging in therapy, making lifestyle changes, or simply building supportive relationships. And let's not forget about self-compassion and acceptance. This is vital. This is a crucial element in treating yourself with kindness and understanding throughout your healing journey. Accepting where you are, acknowledging the pain, and offering yourself compassion can significantly reduce resistance and promote your progress. But in doing so, you need to have time and you need to have patience. Healing takes time, and rushing the process can be very counterproductive. Allowing yourself the necessary time and practicing patience are essential for deep and lasting healing. So think of it like this. Your body and mind have an inherent blueprint for wellness. The key element of healing is removing the obstacles, providing the necessary resources, and actively participating in the process while allowing that blueprint to unfold within you with compassion and time. While specific treatments like therapies and support systems are vital tools in the healing process, they ultimately work by facilitating and supporting this fundamental capacity for self-repair and restoration. In this healing process, on your healing journey, you are going to learn about self-love, having more patience for yourself, giving yourself more compassion and forgiveness, for they are crucial in the process for healing. Cultivating these qualities within oneself and extending them to others is integral to recovery. This fundamental aspect of the process involves your self-acceptance. Without it, expecting the same from others becomes, well, unrealistic. So you might ask, and I have had it asked to me, and people have wondered, why is it so easy to forgive others and so hard to forgive myself? Why do I feel that I don't deserve to give myself the same grace as I would give another? Well, this is a profound and common human experience. The discrepancy between forgiving others and forgiving yourself stems from a complex interplay of psychological factors. There are 3. And the first one is different perspectives and information. And that is focusing on intent versus the impact. When someone wrongs you, you focus on their intent or what you perceive it to be and the impact of their actions on you. But when we wrong ourselves or when you wrong yourself, you have intimate knowledge of your own thoughts, your feelings, and motivations at the time. This, in turn, can lead to harsher judgment because you feel you should have known better. And with that, there's this hindsight bias, judging your past self with the knowledge that you have now. You see the consequences of your actions and you think, how could I have been so foolish? You know, it just comes down to you don't always apply the same hindsight to others' past actions. And then there's empathy for others. Often, you can step outside of yourself and see the external pressures, mistakes, or vulnerabilities that might have contributed to someone else's actions. And you extend empathy more readily because you are not directly experiencing the same shame or guilt associated with their behavior. Then you have your internal critic, right? Your inner critic is often much harsher on you than you would be on someone else. This internal voice amplifies the mistakes and tells you you are inherently flawed. Write those down, think about those, and how you are moving along. Do any of those apply? Number 2 is self-identity and self-worth. The internalization of mistakes. You know, as people, we tend to internalize our own mistakes as reflections of our core self-worth. You know, that saying. And with self-identity and self-worth, there's always the internalization of mistakes. We tend to internalize our own mistakes as reflections of our core self-worth. I made a mistake, therefore I am a failure. I'm a bad person. Where we are less likely to tie someone else's mistake to their entire identity. Then there's the fear of repeating mistakes. Self-forgiveness can be risky. It can feel risky. We might fear that if we forgive ourselves too easily, we'll be more likely to repeat the mistake. This fear can prevent you from granting yourself grace. And then there's the, gotta maintain standards. Often holding yourself to a higher standard than you would hold others. And this can be driven by a desire for self-improvement, but it can also lead to relentless self-criticism when you fall short. And the last one for self-identity and self-worth is shame and guilt. When your own mistakes often evoke deep feelings of shame and guilt, which can be intensively painful and lead you to believe that you deserve punishment or withholding of forgiveness. And number 3 is the role of external validation, seeking external forgiveness. When others wrong you, their apology and attempts to make amends can provide external validation and facilitate your forgiveness. You don't always have this external validation for your own mistakes. Then there's the fear of appearing weak, sometimes resisting self-forgiveness because you believe it might make you appear weak, or as if you're excusing the bad behavior, even if it was unintentional. Why do we feel we don't deserve the same grace? This feeling of not deserving self-forgiveness It can stem from a few things. A few things like a belief in inherent unworthiness, internalized judgment, a distorted view of responsibility, and a lack of self-compassion. When you have a belief of inherent unworthiness, deep-seated beliefs that you are fundamentally flawed or not good enough can make it difficult to accept kindness and forgiveness, even from yourself. The internalized judgment, the years of self-criticism, and negative self-talk can create a powerful internal judge that constantly reminds you of your shortcomings. And then there's the distorted view of responsibility, taking on excessive responsibility for negative outcomes, even when they were not entirely within your control. And then a lack of self-compassion, when you haven't learned or practiced the skill of treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you offer others. In essence, forgiving others often involves an external act and a degree of detachment. But forgiving yourself requires confronting your own internal judgments, challenging your core beliefs about yourself, and extending compassion to the person you know most intimately, yourself. It's a deeper, more internal, and often more challenging process. Learn to forgive yourself. It is crucial for healing, for growth, and self-acceptance. It involves recognizing your humanity, acknowledging your mistakes without letting them define you, and understanding that everyone deserves compassion, including yourself. It is imperative that you recognize your own inherent value and importance. Your contributions are essential, and your well-being significantly impacts the world around you. I know you may ask, how does my healing, me, on my journey, how does healing impact the world around me? And I ask, how does it not? The divine asks, how does it not? It's powerful, it's insightful, but it's fundamental. It's a fundamental sense. It's impossible to not have an impact on the world around you, because every action, inaction, word, or even thought, as it shapes your behavior, ripples outward in some way. But instead of asking how you impact the world, perhaps a more nuanced exploration would be to consider the nature and the direction of that impact. Here, I'm going to share some ways, both big and small, conscious and unconscious, that you inevitably impact the world. There are direct actions and interactions. There are indirect influences. And even inaction has an impact. For direct actions and interactions, your behavior, how you treat others. Is it with kindness, respect, or is it with indifference or negativity? Because directly it affects their emotional state and their interaction with others. Your words. What do you say? What can you say? Do you inspire, encourage, or do you hurt and mislead? Your communication shapes understanding and relationships, your choices. What do you buy? What do you consume? And how it supports. It has an economical and an environmental consequence. There's your work. There's your contributions. The skills and efforts you bring to your work, whatever it may be, contribute to the functioning of society. That is what you do. You contribute. And there's also your participation, whether you vote or volunteer or engage in your community. You are influencing social and political landscapes. When we go to the indirect influences, now this is based around your energy and your presence. Your general demeanor and the energy you bring to a room, a place, a person can affect the atmosphere and everyone around you. It's also your beliefs and your values, the principles you live by, can influence those close to you, especially family and friends. And what's your example? How do you handle changes? How do you handle challenges? Are you pursuing your goals? Are you living your life where you can serve as an example? Are you being positive or negative to others, for others? And then there's that beautiful, the spreading of ideas. What you share and discuss can contribute to the spread of information and influence perspectives. Then there's that where even inaction has an impact. There is the not speaking up against injustice. That can contribute to its perpetuation. There's also ignoring someone in need. That can have a negative emotional impact on them. Not participating in civic duties can affect the direction of your community or nation. So, instead of how do I impact the world, a more fruitful question might be, what kind of impact am I having? What kind of impact are you having? Is your impact aligned with your values? Can you be more conscious and intentional about the impact you have? And what small changes can you make to create a more positive ripple effect? All of this is a powerful reminder that you and I, that we are all interconnected and constantly influencing the world around us, whether we believe it or not, or even realize it. It shifts the focus from a question of ability to a question of awareness and responsibility. Because all actions and reactions generate a ripple effect, influencing both the individual, you, and your surroundings. This interconnectedness operates through energy, frequency, vibration, and matter, demonstrating a cause and effect relationship. Because the way someone, or people, but you, response to people, places, and events create an outward ripple, dependent on one's energy, your energy, frequency, and vibration, as well as the recipient's reception. Allowing yourself and prioritizing the higher self over ego, emphasizing the importance of responding from a place of wisdom, from a place of compassion and love, rather than being driven by defensiveness or that need to be right. And for that, In response, take that time. Create and have the power of pausing, creating an openness and a strategic location for difficult times or conversations. The power of pausing, that underscores the value of taking time to process thoughts and feelings before reacting and allowing for a more thoughtful and constructive response. Creating the openness is allowing you to recognize that negative energy hinders effective communication, because by doing so, it closes off minds and hearts. In getting that strategic location for the difficult time or difficult conversation, the interesting and potentially very helpful advice to avoid serious talks is in the bedroom. Please don't do it in the bedroom. Preserve its association with intimacy and peace. Preserve that. These are all valuable reminders that can significantly improve the quality of your relationships and your own inner peace. By consciously choosing to respond with intention and awareness, you, beautiful light being you are, can navigate challenging situations with greater grace and understanding. You may wonder or question or want to know if maybe, how do you know if you or if someone is healing? How do you know if you're healing? Right? Because, like I covered in the beginning, healing is a multifaceted process. And it occurs on the physical, the emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. But the signs for you to know that you are healing will vary depending on what you are healing from. But here are some general indicators across the different aspects. So on the emotional aspect of healing, you will notice improved mood stability. You will experience fewer intense emotional fluctuations and feel more balanced overall. The mood swings are less frequent and severe. You'll also notice the decreased anxiety and fear. Those feelings of anxiety and fear lessen. The situations that once felt overwhelming or threatening, guess what? They evoke less intense reactions. And there's increased tolerance for difficult emotions. You can now acknowledge and sit with uncomfortable feelings, sadness, anger, fear, without immediately trying to suppress or avoid them. You also start acquiring greater self-compassion. You are kinder and more forgiving towards yourself, especially when you make mistakes or even experience setbacks. Your resilience becomes enhanced. You bounce back from stressful events and setbacks more quickly and effectively. You have an increased capacity for joy and pleasure. You start to find enjoyment in daily activities and engage more fully with hobbies and your interests. You're also creating healthier boundaries because you are better able to identify and assert your needs just simply by saying no when necessary and protecting your energy. You're letting go of the past. You find yourself less preoccupied with past hurts, resentments, or mistakes. And forgiveness of yourself and others becomes more possible. You have improved relationships. Your interaction with others becomes healthier and more fulfilling. You may notice less conflict and more understanding. And then, lastly, you have an increased self-awareness. you have a better understanding of your emotions, your triggers, and your patterns of behavior. And in doing, we move on to mental healing. When you or someone else is mentally healing, there's clearer thinking. Your thoughts are less clouded, and you can focus more easily on the task at hand, on things that need to get done. There's also reduced negative self-talk. You notice fewer critical or even self-deprecating thoughts. You have a more balanced perspective. You can see situations from multiple viewpoints and avoid the black and white thinking. You gain improved problem-solving skills. You feel more capable of tackling challenges and finding solutions. You also have an increased hopefulness and optimism. You have a more positive outlook on the future. And all of this creates a greater self-confidence because now you're believing in your abilities and have a stronger sense of self-worth. And you're being more mindful and present. The mindfulness and presence. You're more able to stay present in the moment rather than dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. We also have physical healing. Now, when you're recovering from physical healing, you're noticing the reduced pain and discomfort, right? Those physical symptoms like pain, fatigue, or even digestive issues, they lessen. You're noticing an abundance and increased energy levels. You feel more energetic and less drained. Your sleep's improved. You fall asleep more easily, you sleep more soundly, and you wake up feeling rested. That beautiful rested feeling. You acquire a better appetite and digestion. Your eating habits become healthier, and you experience fewer digestive problems. You have increased strength and mobility. If you are dealing with physical limitations, you may notice improvements in your strength and your range of motion. You'll notice wound healing. If you had an injury, you'll observe the wound closing, scabbing, and eventually fading. You'll also be fortunate with less frequent illness because your immune system will function better, leading to fewer colds or other infections. And lastly, the beautiful one, spiritual healing. When you are spiritually healing, you're going to gain a sense of inner peace and connection. You will feel a greater sense of calm, purpose, and connection to something larger than you, yourself. You'll have increased gratitude. You'll appreciate the good things in life more readily and more easily. You're going to have a stronger sense of meaning and purpose. You will feel that. You will have a clearer understanding of what is important to you and feel more aligned with your values, with your beliefs. You'll have greater compassion and empathy. You'll feel more connected to others and have a deeper understanding of their experiences. You'll gain more trust and faith. You'll develop a stronger sense of trust in the universe or in a higher power or both. And you're going to have that beautiful and loving self-acceptance. You embrace all aspects of yourself, including those imperfections you have. And these are some important things I would like you to consider. So store this up there and understand that healing is not always linear. There may be setbacks or days when you feel like you're not making progress. And I'm here to tell you, from experience, this is a normal part of the process. I want to repeat that. This is normal. To have setbacks or days when you feel like you're not making progress. It is normal. Be patient with yourself. Healing takes time and effort. Acknowledge your progress, no matter how small it seems. Acknowledge yourself. Be patient with yourself. Listen to your body and your mind, and pay attention to your needs, and adjust your approach to healing as necessary. If you feel that urge to eat an apple or to eat something that you normally wouldn't eat, your body's telling you you need it. Listen. Listen to your higher self. And also, seek support when needed. Please, 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 please don't hesitate to reach out to friends, family, therapists, or even support groups for guidance and encouragement. Because ultimately, knowing if you are healing is a deeply personal experience. Pay attention to the subtle shifts in your thoughts, your feelings, behaviors, and physical sensations. Celebrate your progress and trust in your ability to heal. Some may wonder, is there a time frame when it comes to healing? How do I know if I'm healing too fast, or am I healing too fast? Can you heal too fast? Am I going too slow? I don't know. Well, no. I want you to know that no, there is no fixed time, no fixed or universal time for healing. That duration of healing, the duration of healing, is highly individual and depends on a multitude of factors. And remember, it's a process, not an event with a definitive endpoint. It's not that destination. It's the process. And there are reasons why there really isn't a set timeline that, influence the healing time. There are a few factors that can influence the healing time. And there's the nature of the wound or the trauma, the physical, the emotional, the mental, the spiritual, the individual differences, physical health, mental and emotional resilience, the support system, coping mechanisms, past experiences, motivation and commitment. There's so much that's involved, when it comes to the nature of the wound and the trauma. There's physical. A small cut will heal much faster than a broken bone or a major surgery. Chronic illnesses may involve ongoing management rather than a complete cure. With emotional, there's healing from a minor disappointment will obviously take less time than healing from a significant trauma, grief, or even abuse. Mentally, overcoming a mild bout of anxiety might be quicker than recovering from a severe mental disorder. Be patient. Spiritually, finding inner peace after a period of crisis can vary greatly. It really can. Individual, differences, your physical health, overall health, the immune system strength, age, genetics, all play in the role of physical healing. Individually, mental and emotional resilience. Some people naturally possess greater coping mechanisms and resilience. The support system. Having or creating a strong support network of friends, family, or professionals can significantly impact emotional mental healing. With coping mechanisms, healthy coping strategies facilitate healing, while the unhealthy ones can hinder it. when it comes to past experiences, previous traumas, or even unresolved issues can influence the healing process, especially if it brings in new wounds or centered around new wounds. Your motivation and commitment. An individual's willingness to engage in the healing process, examples of therapy, self-care, and lifestyle changes, is crucial. The healing process itself is crucial because there's so many different types of treatment, different therapies or interventions, all vary in timelines for effectiveness, right? So you really can't put healing on a timeline. You know, there might be a class or a course or something that's going on that has a definitive, start and end. But that doesn't mean that's the start or the ending on your timeline. That's just a lesson. That's a coping mechanism. That's a strategy. That is a acceptance, a learning, a behavior that is getting amplified and possessing positive insight moving forward. Will you have the consistency of effort? Will there be regular engagement in healing practices? Example, therapy sessions, exercise, mindfulness, because it's all important. And understand and realize that there could be setbacks and plateaus, because healing is often not linear. There are many periods of significant progress followed by setbacks and plateaus. And know that they are normal parts of the process. Keep having that self-compassion. Be kind and patient with yourself during the healing journey. It is essential. And self-criticism can and it will slow down your progress. So instead of focusing on a specific time frame, it'll be more helpful to focus on progress, not perfection. Look for signs of improvement, even your small ones. And know the journey is not just the destination. That healing is a process of learning and growth. Remember to be present. Focus on what you can do in the present moment to support your healing. Practice your self-care. Prioritize your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. And don't forget, if you need to, if you feel, not everyone wants to do this on their own, so if you feel that need where you need more support around you or you just need support in general, seek support. Don't hesitate to reach out for help when you need it. So while you're on this journey of self-discovery, emotional regulation, and overall well-being, I cannot emphasize enough the importance of journaling. Journal, journal, journal. It is extremely important, and it's going to resonate extremely deep. The benefits of you journaling: it allows emotional processing. It allows self-reflection and awareness. It brings about stress reduction, problem solving, goal setting and tracking, improved memory and clarity, the increased gratitude, boosting your creativity, tracking personal growth, healing and trauma processing, finding meaning and purpose. When you journal in the emotional processing, and you're providing a safe space to explore and process complex emotions without judgment, you're writing down everything. You're writing down feelings, thoughts. You are opening up. You are not lying to yourself anymore. You are putting it out there on paper. You're writing it down so it can help you understand them, understand your emotions better, and release that pent-up tension. By doing so, it's creating a self-reflection and an awareness, because journaling encourages introspection, allowing you to examine your thoughts, your beliefs, your behaviors, your patterns. This leads to a greater self-awareness and an understanding of self, of you. You would not believe how well journaling reduces stress. You know why? Because you're expressing your worries, your fears, your anxieties on paper. You're getting it out of the body, the mind, the spirit, the soul. You're getting it out. You're helping to alleviate the mental clutter. The heart. You're freeing up the heart. You're freeing up every chakra. You're unblocking every chakra. By journaling, you're grounding yourself. You're nurturing yourself in your sacral chakra. You are creating in your solar chakra. You are releasing, you are feeling in your heart chakra. You are expressing truth, honesty in your throat chakra. You are seeing what are the possibilities. You are seeing. You are being illuminated with your third eye, your brow chakra. You are making it come to life with your spirit and your soul, and becoming one with the universe, with your crown chakra, with Mother Earth, with the crown chakra. And you are exuding and expressing and receiving and activating with the planets, with the galaxies, with the realms, with your star chakra. That sits 6 to 12 inches from your crown chakra, which is at the top of your head. So at the top of your head, you move 6 to 12 inches. Within that range is your star chakra. That is what connects you to the beyond, to the beautiful beyond. Creates stress reduction. You're alleviating mental clutter and reducing your stress levels. Journal, journal, journal. Be one. Be a problem solver. It creates problem solving. By writing about the challenges can help you gain clarity, identify potential solutions, and develop action plans. It creates goal settings and tracking. Journaling can be used to set intentions, track progress towards goals, and it helps you stay motivated. It improves memory and clarity. Just the act of writing alone helps to solidify memories and organize thoughts, leading to greater mental clarity. It also brings about increased gratitude, because regularly reflecting on positive experiences and things you are grateful for, that alone can boost happiness and overall life satisfaction. Yeah, you're letting out everything, the good and the bad. But instead of, in part of the healing process, not only are you letting go of the bad, but you're creating good. You want to journal the good also. And I need to make that abundantly clear. Not only are you journaling to heal yourself from traumas, situations, whatever it is that you're healing, also in your journal, write about the positive stuff, the stuff you're grateful, being able to breathe today, taking that breath. Be grateful. So reflect on positive experiences and things that you are grateful for that can boost happiness and overall life satisfaction. It also helps boost creativity by creating a space for brainstorming ideas, exploring creative thoughts, and overcoming, even for you writers out there, it can help overcome writer's block. It also allows you to track your personal growth, because by looking back at old journal entries, that provides valuable insights into how you've grown and how you've changed over time. It allows you to reflect and appreciate where you were and where you're at now. That's beautiful. It also provides the processing for healing and trauma. Because for some, journaling can be a therapeutic outlet for processing difficult experiences and trauma, though it is often recommended to do this in conjunction with professional support. Some can do it on their own, and some need support. Don't be afraid. Don't hesitate to ask for support. And it also can help find meaning and purpose, because reflecting on your values, your experiences, and your aspirations in a journal can help you gain a deeper sense of meaning and purpose in your life, in your vital life. This emphasis on journaling is necessary, not only because of the numerous benefits, but because journaling is often overlooked and underestimated. There's a lot of people that might think they don't have time, or they don't know what to write, or that it's not for them, or, how do I start this, or what do I say? The strong emphasis serves as a crucial reminder of its core value and encourages you to give it a try. It's not about, how do I start this? Just, all right, what are 3 wonderful things that happened for me today? What are 3 things that I am grateful for? Start with those. What are 3 things, not only you're grateful for, what are 3 things that you love? Write those down. And then the same, you write 3 things down that you don't love or like about yourself or about your life. Write those down. Expand on those. How can you add more love and light to those areas that are unloved? Journaling helps that. It's simple, yet it's incredibly powerful. Practice that it can positively, and I'm telling you, practice, journal. It's not just a practice, it's a powerful practice. It can positively impact nearly every aspect of your well-being. And I am telling you from experience, from myself, it is an amazing, prolific, prophetic, inspirational, heartbreaking, any word that you could imagine that would encompass healing in every realm, in every form of my being. Journaling, the Savior. It's my dark and my light, and being shown the light in the darkness. It's a beautiful thing. So in conclusion, while it's natural to want to know how long healing will take, there definitely is no definitive answer. Please just be patient with yourself. Focus on making consistent progress and celebrate the milestones along the way. Trust the process and acknowledge that healing unfolds at its own unique pace for each one of you individually. I, Nicole, thank you for taking this time for yourself and with me. And this discussion, this information that I feel will help you on your journey healing, in your healing process, in your life. And remember that, I can honestly, definitely say that healing, there is no timeline, because in all reality, we as people in this earthly plane are healing every day from something. Whether it's from a person, a place, or a thing, we're always healing. We're always looking at something. We're always making changes. We're always loving, reloving, regrowing, rediscovering, letting go. And there's things that pop in daily. There could be things that pop in weekly or monthly that are brand new, just random. And how you react to it, what your actions are, that defines your healing. So know that you're always healing. Because the life here in this world, in this earthly realm, as humans, we're always meant to be healing to ourselves and to others. So again, thank you for taking this time for yourself with me. I wish you continued success in your journey, in your healing discovery, in your life. Peace, love, and light, and may God bless you always.